Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Kavinsky's Tutorials. Today I'm going to do a walkthrough of this very cool little free new app called Cordi, which is a chorder app for iPad and iPhone. So basically it allows you to just play in a single note, like here I'm just pressing this C4 key. And I also then press one of these buttons just before I press the key, and then it will turn it into a chord. So here, for example, we're getting a C minor chord. Now here it's actually playing the chord strummed, and if we click here, we get an option to play it arpeggiated, and if we click here, we just get a basic chord with no strumming or arpeggiation. So this totally free app, I think it's very generous for what it does. It's a pity that it's not an AUV3 plugin. For anybody who doesn't know what that is, it just means like on desktop you have VST plugins and stuff, right? So you can load an app inside a host app like Ableton and so on. So on iOS we have a system called AUV3 which allows you to load plugins. So it doesn't work like that, but maybe you can hear, the sound quality is amazing, right? And that's because I'm not using the internal sounds, which are not amazing quality. But look, it's a free app. Here I'm sending the MIDI live into this host app AUM where I've got Pianoteq, a great quality app loaded, and I'm just using the Rhodes piano sound in Pianoteq. So at least you can send MIDI into Cordi. Just for example, turn on your Bluetooth keyboard and it should connect automatically, at least it did for me. And you can send MIDI out of Cordi into other apps. Here I have sent that MIDI into this app called MIDI Curve so that I can add a little bit of randomization to the velocity to make things sound more human. I've also capped the maximum velocity at 88 because I didn't want it very loud. And it's a pity, really, it seems that Cordi does not give you any kind of velocity sensitivity. So that's why I'm using this. I've already sent a message to the developer suggesting that he could add that. So because this is a free app, you can check it all out yourself, but I'll just very briefly go through the controls and show you the basics. So here we have our basic chord types. So press 1 before you press a note. So here I've just pressed a C and we're getting a C minor chord. And here C diminished, augmented, and so on. This is all editable, so you click here and you, that's just to change the name. You have a bunch of different options here, and it's not something that I have looked at in any detail. So I'll leave that for others to maybe cover. I note there's a templates thing here and a little create section and stuff, so that looks quite interesting. But yeah, I have not gone into that yet. Now over here, you also have an editable as well, by the way, section. It looks really pretty customizable. So here you can change your voicing. So you can see I've already got it set up that it is adding in a note an octave down from the root. So if I play a C4, it will also add in a C3. Or I can go 2 octaves down. Long press to turn that off, by the way. And here you also have a few options, an octave up, both up and down, 1 octave down, 1 octave up, and so on. Again, long press to turn that off. There's a little button here called hold, and if hold is off, if I press this button to generate a minor 7th, so here I've pressed a C, and I'm still holding the C down, and then I press a D, and it will also generate a minor 7th chord with the D as the root. If I instead press hold and I press this and then press C, we get the C minor 7th chord. But now when I press another note while holding the first note down, it will not make those other notes into chords, it will just play them as simple notes. That's how hold works. Then we have different styles. So let's just turn this on first, maybe. So this is close, thick, drop 2, so drop the second voice down an octave. I should maybe just put this back. Drop the second and fourth voices down an octave. Spread. Okay, you have some controls here to make the keyboard wider or narrower, change the octave range. Here you can, it's a panic button to stop any stuck notes or anything like that. So you've got a basic synth inside as well if you want, and if you click here you get options to tweak the synth settings. Here you have a few different scales and keys that you can quantize to, and then here it will give you buttons to play different chords in those scales, and you can see that it will kind of limit the options to give you potentially musical choices for your next chord. Like, how cool is that? In a free app, you know? Super nice. Super nice, my god. Yeah, what a guy. Krzysztof. Dziękuję bardzo. So, yeah, then here it can also record your MIDI output. So it has recorded what I was just doing, and if I press play, it will play all that back, and then I can also download it as a MIDI file. And if you want to reset all of that, just come in here and trash it, and then go out of this view and go back into another view. For example, we can go into this view and just play a few things. And then go back here and press play. And it's in there. So what a cool little app. Very generous that it's free. Very generous that it's free. It's a pity it does not seem to work in split view, split screen, or slide over. The guy, I heard about this from a guy called Bass Clef posting about it on the Loopy Pro forum. He said it works in slide over, but I can't get it working in slide over. It'd be nice if it could. And what would be even better if this was an AUV3 app, right? And you could, load it as a plugin here inside a host app like AUM, and just save it in there in your sessions with everything set up the way you like. But hey, it's a free app. It's great. It's great already, considering it's free, really. So anybody who is new to my channel or anything, I make videos on iOS music making apps, synthesizers, effect apps, MIDI apps and things like that. So if you're into that kind of thing, consider subscribing. Hope this was useful for you, everyone. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.